Hey everyone, it's Mikexingchen. Ghosts are pretty much terrifying. Maybe they try not to be, but they are. Like, for example, really? I mean, come on. You wanted the kid to do you a favor. Couldn't you just do something normal, like walk up to him nicely in a well-lit park and just ask? Is it really necessary to throw up all over his tent and then grab him from under the bed? I'm just saying, ghosts were once human, right? Did they just forget all basic, normal human interactions? Anyway, ghosts are scary, but I don't think they're all harmful. Sure, you've got the exorcists of the world, but I think most of the time, ghosts maybe just want to be left alone. There are even people who believe that ghosts will even go as far as save people's lives. And make sure, guys, to stay around for the last one because I can't figure that one out. Number 1, the Gray Man. The small town of Paulus Island in South Carolina is home to beautiful beaches, historical homes, and apparently a lot of ghosts. The most famous of which is known as the Gray Man. For 200 years, there has been numerous sightings of the mysterious gray figure, typically right before a major hurricane hits the area. And seeing the Gray Man could not only save your life, but also save your home. Sounds like an urban legend, right? Well, not according to Jim and Clara Moore, who had a run-in with the Gray Man 2 days before Hurricane Hugo struck in 1989. They told the story on one of my favorite childhood shows, Unsolved Mysteries. According to Jem, we were taking a walk late in the afternoon, which we usually do. You see so many people walking on the beach at this time of day. That particular afternoon, we only saw one, and he was coming directly toward us. When I got within speaking distance, I raised my hand to say hi, or beautiful evening, or whatever, and he disappeared. Although the hurricane wreaked havoc in Jem and Clara's neighborhood, their home was somehow the only one to escape the storm unscathed. No one really knows who the Gray Man was. Some say he was just some pirate. There are others who claim he was a young man who died in quicksand while on the way to see the woman that he loved. Not long after his death, he appeared before his lover and warned her to leave the island, so the woman and her family did, right before a deadly hurricane struck. So I'm thinking maybe he loved the woman so much he came back to warn her, but in the process was cursed somehow to wander throughout eternity, warning others of impending doom. So kind of like the Flying Dutchman, except helpful. Number 2, the wife with a warning. According to the Chicago Tribune, a farmer named Charles Henry Durand was heading home late one evening when his horse stopped in the middle of the road. Yeah, this happened back when people still rode horses. Anyway, his horse stopped and would not move any further and began to tremble. Suddenly, the air grew oppressive and a faint light appeared, gradually taking the shape of a woman right beside his wagon. At this point, Durand wanted to run away, but he said he was scared stiff. The white figure then spoke in a whisper and said, "There is danger at home. Stay away till morning." It was then Durand said he recognized the voice of his late wife. As soon as the warning was uttered, the figure disappeared. Now, if this happened to me, and even if I didn't really believe in ghosts, I'd be like, you know what? That was pretty strange. I think I'm gonna stay away from my home for tonight. Not Durand, who just went straight on home. But he did keep the ghost's words in mind, so when he reached home, he was cautious and he noticed that a window he had locked before was now open and there was muddy footprints inside his home. So he carefully walked inside and noticed a string on the ground, which he pulled with his umbrella. Right then, a gun went off and the bullet would have hit Durand straight in the chest if he did not notice the string, which was hard to see in the dark. Durand told the paper he would have died if not for the warning of his late wife. And apparently, the police actually investigated this incident and used his story as clues to look for his potential assassin. Number 3, the woman who was dead for 56 minutes. 50-year-old Sonia Burton counts herself as a living miracle, for good reason too, because she was dead for almost an hour following a heart attack. Sonia's day started just like any other. She showed up for work at a bingo hall, but as her shift started, she felt a pain in her chest and then collapsed. Paramedics were on the scene quickly and worked for the next 56 minutes to try to save Sonia as she was being transported to the hospital. It was during this time that Sonia said she received a message from her late husband, John, who died of a heart attack in 2004. She said, "The only thing I remember is my late husband coming to me and saying, 'It's not your time, Sonia. Go back to the children.' Then I woke up in a hospital. Number 4, the mother's ghost. This one is crazy. In March of 2015 in Utah, there was a call to report a overturned car in an icy river. When emergency responders arrived on the scene, they saw a woman and a little baby who was strapped in a seat in the back of the car, which was hanging upside down in freezing cold water. But here's where it gets creepy. When the rescuers entered the water, they say they heard a voice calling for help. The 25-year-old mother in the car was unfortunately already dead, but the officers swear they heard an adult voice calling out to them for help. Officer Jared Warner of the Spanish Fork Police Department was one of the first to reach the vehicle. He told the local media that we've gotten together and just talked about it, and all 4 of us can swear that we heard someone inside the car saying help. Officer Brian DeWitt, who was also on the scene, said the only people in there were the deceased mother and the child. Officer Tyler Beddes, another responder, said they can't explain it, but they have no doubt they heard it. It wasn't just something that was just in our heads. To me, it was plain as day, because I remember hearing a voice. I think it was DeWitt who said, we're trying our best to get in there. How do you explain that? I don't know. Also, it was a miracle that little baby Lily survived, as she was hanging upside down for almost 14 hours in her car seat with no food or water, with the icy river flowing right below her head and temperatures dropping to near freezing throughout the night. In regards to mysterious voices, let me know if this ever happened to you guys, and this typically happens when I'm kind of like half sleeping or just about to fall asleep, but I swear, I'll hear a voice call out my name and I'll be jolted awake and I'll answer back to the voice because it will be coming like from outside my room. This is definitely not something that I'm dreaming of. It's just, I hear it. It's a voice, I hear it, and I hear it somewhere else, whether it's in the room or right outside the room, but it's a distinct voice calling my name. So let me know if that ever happened to you guys, or I'm just crazy, or maybe I did dream the whole thing. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. See you later.